That took up a lot of time. Where do I start? Joe.
Yes.
That dance was spectacular.
Thank you.
And by the way, you look marvelous. I think you should dress like that every day. As you see, Joe Gilly, our guest of honor, has joined us up here on stage. Give him a round of applause. We tried, but we couldn't think of a way to do this roast without him. So, Joe, sit back, relax, and try not to nod off.
Thank you.
And as for Jay, thank you for sharing the travelogue with us. Did you know that if you stand close enough to Jay, you can actually hear the ocean? On another note, today is Jay Alperin's birthday. Happy birthday, Jay. Well, good evening again. I'm now here as a former something myself. No one remembers exactly who, but I do have a bumper sticker that says older, wiser, and just grumpier than and more annoying. So this is great. We're roasting Joe Gilly. You know, there are several things I would come out of retirement for. This wasn't one of them. Obviously, I'm not as dashing or debonair or as fast on my flippers as Joe Gilly, but I'm adequate for an old guy looking for part-time work. And really, I am delighted to be able to set aside this special time this evening to humiliate myself in public. You may have wondered why I was taking on the persona of Joe Gilly, and it may not have been all that funny to you. But Joe and I, this is the truth, Joe and I have been introducing each other as each other for years. Now, it probably hasn't been very funny to any of those other groups we did that to, but Joe and I thought it was hilarious. This is the kind of sick humor you can expect all evening long. Okay, next up, we're going to have a brief state of the center of the arts of the... Anyway, it's a message, so it's my pleasure to bring up someone who is almost a former himself. I say that because his 2-year term as chairman of the board of chairman of the board of the center of the world, his term is up in 2 weeks, 2 days, 12 hours, 14 minutes, and 32 seconds. Joe told me earlier that Scott's writing a book entitled Scott Porton, How I Haven't Worked for 5 years but Volunteered for Every Organization. You may remember that Scott, and this was actually not on purpose, is also a former. He's a former developer. He's currently looking for something to develop. Actually, there is a bright side. Joe also told me that Scott and his entire family will be moving part-time to Beaver Creek Country Club in Beaver Creek, Colorado, where he will be a volunteer ski instructor, Olympic fitness trainer, and masseuse. However, not to worry, he will still find many, many hours to donate his time to here in Delray. This year alone, Scott is the chair-elect of the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, the Delray Beach Library, the Historical Society, the Delray Beach Soccer Moms, and the Delray Beach Soccer Dad. He's also chair-elect of the formerly used to be somebody in Delray. But at this moment, he is still the chairman of the board of directors of this. So please welcome your chairman of the board, Scott Porton.
Thank you, Bill. The accuracy was scary. Is this thing working? Great. By the way, that's the most talent I've seen exhibited by you in 6 years. That was amazing.